this party started!
At last, we've reached the end of this countdown. Final 7 entries. Even though you know my number 1 entry, you might as well see who's left and my reasonings for the number 1 too. Alright, here we go. 1 through 42 Pokemon, 7 to go. All I can say is thank you guys for sticking by me. Thanks for enjoying the list so far. And hope you'll enjoy my list in the future. And yeah, but that's one last thing to say. Obviously, I love these Pokemon a lot, and I consider them my favorite legendaries. Hell, even to the point I'd even put them on my own top 10 favorite Pokemon list had it not been for that restriction. But that's all I really have to say about that. But if you guys have an opinion that you think a certain legendary of yours should be higher or something, why don't you make your own list? Like, leave your own list in the comments or make a video response. I'm not trying to whore out or anything. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I love hearing your feedback. So with that, we've done. It's time to take care of the last 7 entries. Let's go! Oh lord, that thing is so adorable. To start off this entry, we're going to start off with my favorite of the Gen 5 legendaries, and the last one, Meloetta. It reminds me so much of a musical note in terms of designs, and I'm a huge musical fan in terms of, like, beat and shit. And it seems I'm not the only one. In the Unova region, many artists love Meloetta's music and dance so much it inspired many works of art, music, and songs. Hell yeah, this woman seems to be like the Beethoven of the Pokemon world. Like previous legendaries, Meloetta can change forms. In its Aria form, Meloetta's talent is singing, while her Pirouette form's talent is dancing. In the anime, Meloetta will have a story arc going on in Best Wishes 2, which is friggin' sweet. Oh yes. Plus its song is adorable, aka Relic song. I also found it to be very cute, especially with her feelings towards Ash. Can't remember how that works. On to stats. In both of its forms, Meloetta's stat total is 600, but each form has different stats that are the highest. Aria form's highest stat is both of the special stats. Base, 128, while Pirouette's form highest stat is speed and attack. Same base stat total, giving her the highest speed and base stat total of all fighting type Pokemon. His typing is also original, being normal fighting, while some is usually mono fighting. So, yeah. In terms of its origins, Aria form resembles a typical dancer with a black headpiece acting like a headset microphone. Vocaloid anyone? Well, Pirouette form resembles a battle arena, while it also shares elements from Spanish flamenco dancers. So overall, Meloetta is easily my favorite Unova Pokemon for these reasons. Its design, its stats, its origin. It's so freaking awesome. Oh, yes. Number 6, we have the time-traveling Pokemon Celebi. Some have said she's overrated, but to be honest, I still love it, and hell, I like Pokemon that are labeled as overrated by even some Pokemon fans such as Arceus and, yes, Charizard. Now, what factors could I like about Celebi? A good movie appearance, a good character in the manga, a major role in the Mystery Dungeon games, and a cute design. So how do I begin? Let's start from stats. In battle, Celebi is not a good Pokemon to use. Its stats are 600 total with 100 each for base, and it has the most weaknesses, 7 in total. But when it comes to these other factors, it doesn't matter as much. In the Mystery Dungeon games, Shiny Celebi was Groval's love interest and a supporting protagonist in the story. She even has a Wi-Fi event, never released by the way, thanks a lot douchebags, dedicated to talking about Silver's backstory and his relationship with Giovanni. I'm not going to spoil that, but you'll have to wait and see or look up a YouTube video. In the 13th movie, never seen. In the manga, the main villain, the Mask of Ice, aka former gym leader, wanted Celebi to get back his 2 Laprases he lost years ago prior to the start of the Gold and Silver manga. Celebi was originally supposed to have an arc dedicated to her and the GS Ball, but it was scrapped and it leads to the major role in this list, her role in the 4th movie. In this movie, she took Professor Oak to the future with Ash and his friends and was kidnapped by the Iron Marauder to use for his own personal game, turning her into Dark Celebi, which creates... Jesus Christ! Oh my god, that's freaking creepy for kids. I find. Okay. Then after being freed, the movie's over, right? Oh my god! This is for kids, right? My god. Thankfully, though, she survived, but wow. That was pretty emotional, because at this point, we didn't really see a major Pokemon's death in an English dub. I mean, yeah, there was the uncut dub of the first movie, but still. So, overall, Celebi is my second favorite Johto legendary, and my favorite grass legendary of all time. Hope the future looks bright, Celebi. At number 5 is my favorite alien Pokemon, Deoxys. Being the star of Destiny Deoxys, the last movie I saw on television, Deoxys holds an interesting space in my heart. I even committed to the whole rumor about meeting Deoxys in space in the Ruby version. It didn't work, but I still tried, damn it! In terms of origins, Deoxys is based off a DNA strand mixed with an alien. Neat. And people bitch about Gen 3? Come on, we got this guy for Luna's sake! In the movie, Deoxys didn't say much, but looking at him for the first time made me want to get him. I'm not kidding. He even fought a Rayquaza. A friggin' Rayquaza! Aside from that, though, my memories of it are a little lazy. So let's talk about stats. Sorry guys, I didn't care about the Deoxys manga. I know Team Rocket used it in the Fire Red Leaf Green section, but the whole petrification thing at the end pissed me off so much I forgot about it. Like the prior legendaries, Deoxys can change forms, and each form he has not only is focused on the stat of each form, but is also the highest stats, with the exception of defense form. But even then, defense form Deoxys makes it the strongest defense and special defense of all psychics. Now let's start with the other forms. Attack form Deoxys has the highest base stat and special attack of any Pokemon. Speed form Deoxys is the highest speed of any Pokemon, and regular Deoxys is just, well, base. Though it has the lowest HP stat of all legendary Pokemon, and you can catch it rather easily in Fire Red and Leaf Green's event, Deoxys is still awesome. Good job, Deoxys. Why can't all aliens be like him? All they want to do is probe us, and no one likes that. Oh hell yeah, my favorite Johto legendary, Suicune. Being the brand that ceased the Tin Tower fire, and the mascot of Pokemon Crystal, Suicune has so many features in him that must make it this high on this list, right? So let's start it off. Despite being based as a fast Pokemon in the anime, or I should have said depicted, but whatever, same thing, it has the lowest speed stat of all legendary beasts. Instead, his highest stat is both defenses, base 115, and its stat total is 580. Why do I like Suicune over Entei and Raikou, though? Well, because I do, goddammit! But in all seriousness, I like Suicune's design. It looks more manly than Entei's and Raikou's. I'm gonna get some hate comments with that. Well, I also like the fact that I had a lot of cameos in the anime, such as in Johto, Sinnoh, and yes, even in Pokemon Forever. Plus is the only one of the dogs to actually friggin' appear. Not an illusion, not a robot, not in a special, you're looking at the real OG. Its role in Pokemon Forever, as I didn't point out before, was awesome! Nothing needs to be said. In terms of origins, Suicune is said to possibly be based off numerous creatures such as lions and mythical deities, mainly the Qilin or Kirin, though some may say he's based off of Chinese mythology. But who cares? It's so cool! God, I love this guy! Let's go on to number 3 before I go crazy! God, it's freezing. Where's the heat? Oh, yeah. At number 3 is my favorite Hoenn Pokemon of all time, Groudon. You probably guessed my number 2 then, but one step at a time. Groudon. Where do I begin with this guy? First off, he was the mascot for Pokemon Ruby, the only Gen 3 game I ever played. Or owned, for that matter. Second, I love his appearance. Look at that face. If you give him a dirty look, he'd be like, "You mess with me, bitch? I'll kick your ass." But I do need to correct something. On Kyogre's bit, I said Kyogre's markings appeared in Coliseum in Conquest. Yeah, I was wrong about that. It was Groudon's markings that were there. Sorry, guys. But Kyogre's symbol did appear in other spin-offs. But moving on. In his past, Groudon was responsible for creating the continents, which is kind of ironic considering Regigigas is pushing them. Being based off the Hebrew legend Behemoth. There we go with my misspelling again. Whatever. It is said that Groudon is the heaviest Pokemon in existence, with the exception of Missing Member. But then again, in terms of legit. Despite being ground type, Groudon can still learn moves from the fire type, such as Fire Blast, Lava Plume, and Eruption through leveling up. Man, I can see why Maxie wants this guy now. In battle, Groudon's stat total can reach a maximum of 670, with the highest being attack, which can reach a maximum of 438. That is beastly. In fact, it is the highest attack stat of all ground types. Though it didn't have a movie appearance, Fake Groudon doesn't count. It's so awesome that it doesn't need a movie appearance. Hell, in my trainer show, the final gym leader in it had a Groudon as his ace Pokemon. Without question, my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon. Enough said. You don't screw with Groudon. So, I think you guys know my number 2 then, so let's just get on with it. That's right. Oh boy. This Pokemon, this amazing Psychic Pokemon, is my number 1 Psychic type in Pokemon, and my favorite Psychic Legendary of all is at number 2 on this list. The genetically modified clone of Mew, and a Pokemon that can put Alakazam on the street, Mewtwo. That's right, I said it. Mewtwo's at number 2.
What? What?
What?
What?
Oh yeah, but I think you want an explanation. Okay, I'm sure a lot of my old viewers are confused about this choice, especially my newer ones considering my streams. I said long ago, and even in those streams, that Mewtwo was my favorite legendary. The truth is, I kinda lied. And although your mind has been blown, and now you know my number 1 legend, I just want to say this. I love Mewtwo to death. The hours of searching through the Cerulean Cave, the constant blackouts because the Pokemon were strong, the puzzles, the rage I felt after failing to capture him, all remains in my memories. Even in the remakes of Gen 2, these feelings returned to me while I was on my way home from shopping with my family. Yeah, weird. There are so many things I could say about Mewtwo. His design, his backstory, his power, but I don't need to. I freaking love this Pokemon. So let's start it. After I saw Pokemon the first movie, I fell in love with Mewtwo, so much so that I even owned a trading card that came with the VHS tapes. Yeah, remember VHS? Okay, now the following may contain stupidity, because I am a Mewtwo fanboy, so bear with me. First off, its design. Out of the two, Mewtwo's design is my favorite design from the Generation 1 Psychic type. With that face, and the way his body looks, he looks like he's about to say, "You're no match for me." Now, some have said that Mewtwo can be labeled as overrated. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of agree, but to be honest, I find Alakazam more overrated than Mewtwo. Not because I like Mewtwo a lot, but because Alakazam was broken in the first game, and its family for that matter. It was uber strong in said first gen, and people always keep using it in their first generation games. And the fact that Game Freak has yet to fix these issues and make him weak as shit in the later games has also pissed me off, so that's why I label him as overrated. Back to the list. According to the Cinnabar Island documents, Mewtwo came from a pregnant Mew whose embryo was tampered with, presumably by Team Rocket, to alter its DNA. It was held and studied in the mansion by scientists, including Dr. Fushi from the movie, and Blaine, in which they performed horrific gene-splicing experiments on it, making it a ferocious and powerful Pokemon. It eventually broke free, destroyed the mansion, and retreated to the Cerulean Cave. Now on the stats. In battle, Mewtwo's stat total goes up to 680, with its highest stat being Special Attack, which can reach a maximum of 447, making it the strongest base stat total for all Psychic types. Man, those scientists made Mewtwo strong. Why couldn't they capture Stunfisk and do these experiments? Thus in Generation 5, before this generation, Mewtwo didn't have a signature move, but in Unova's generation, they made Mewtwo the only Pokemon to learn Psystrike. Took you long enough to give him a move. Okay, now I'm gonna gush, okay, here we go. Oh man, wasn't it so awesome to see Mewtwo pull the Gyarados like in the first? Isn't it neat to teach it Aura Sphere and it goes, yeah! Oh, wasn't it awesome to see Mewtwo kick Mew's ass in the movie? It was like, screw you, bitch, yeah, it's friggin' brilliant, yeah! With that excitement out of the way, one question still remains. What could top it? What could top Mewtwo? Well, let's break my vocal cords and add the suspense, because it's time to catch a recap. Number 49, Dialga. Number 48, Fione. Number 47, Regirock. Number 46, Rotom. Number 45, Uxie. Number 44, Landorus. Number 43, Reshiram. Number 42, Victini. Number 41, Shaman. Number 40, Palkia. Number 39, Keldeo. Number 38, Tornadus. Number 37, Regigigas. Cobalion. Number 35, Azelf. Number 34, Kyogre. Number 33, Registeel. Number 32, Cresselia. Number 31, Heatran. Number 30, Raikou. Number 29, Arceus. Number 28, Kyurem. Number 27, Zapdos. Number 26, Latios. Number 25, Lugia. Number 24, Mesprit. Number 23, Giratina. Number 22, Regice. Number 21, Jirachi. Number 20, Rayquaza. Number 19, Thundurus. Number 18, Darkrai. Number 17, Mew. Number 16, Moltres. Number 15, Virizion. Number 14, Zekrom. Number 13, Manaphy. Number 12, Latias. Number 11, Entei. Number 10, Terrakion. Number 9, Genesect. Number 8, Ho-Oh. Number 7, Meloetta. Number 6, Celebi. Number 5, Deoxys. Number 4, Suicune. Number 3, Groudon. And number 2, Mewtwo. Who could top it? Let's finish this shit. Yeah, let's go. At last, we've reached the end of the 7-part list, where number 1, my favorite legendary. For this spot, I have to like it in the anime, like it in the manga, and it has to steal Logan's bid here, so what is it? Oh yes, Articuno. Surprise? That's good. Some of you wonder now, if a Gen 1 legendary is a number 1, why do you hate the generation? Because I feel like the gameplay hasn't grown well at all. It's short, it's boring, there isn't that much to do after the game is over, too. But that doesn't mean that generation's Pokemon were bad. Hell no. As such, I've been keeping this Pokemon under wraps for years. And now I can say it. Articuno is my favorite legendary Pokemon ever. But it's not just that. She's also my favorite Ice-type Pokemon, my second favorite flying Pokemon, this is better, and my favorite Pokemon of Gen 1. No Pokemon has topped this Pokemon since then. There have been some close attempts, but Articuno still comes out on top. Why do I like Articuno? Let's start with concept. Articuno's design is based off of an Arctic bird, or to be more specific, the Simurgh. Articuno is also a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. Though its stat total is the same as Zapdos and Moltres, Articuno's highest stat is Special Defense, which can reach a maximum of 383. Now you can say, oh, his stats are worse than Mewtwo's. Let me finish this entry. Anyways, Articuno can also learn moves from 10 of the 17 types, and if you include move tutors, Articuno has 8 stab moves. Some from leveling up, and some from move tutors. Friggin' sweet. I also love its typing, Flying Ice, which only gives her 4 weaknesses. But who cares? It's friggin' awesome! Nolan's Articuno is also friggin' sweet, and the fact it almost beat Charizard, a Pokemon that was a fire type, it showed how strong it was. In terms of the manga, I also love the adaptation of how they did the Seafoam Islands event. The fact that it didn't want to battle anyone made it on the same level as Latios in terms of honor. Also, take a look at this picture. I love this picture. For one, it's very cute with the look on her face, and it's also very hilarious. Okay. Lastly, I want to close this off with my final speech. I know people have criticized Generation 1 for its Pokemon's design and stats. People have criticized how unoriginal Pokemon from this generation is. This has led to flame wars from other people expressing their opinion. People voting a list that was against Generation as their biggest mistake is not a wise idea. What I wanted to do with this entry was to say this towards the people who play Pokemon and the people who bash other people for not liking a certain generation. I may not play Generation 1 as much anymore, but I can appreciate every Pokemon in this franchise. Each Pokemon has its goods and its bads. Without this first generation, we wouldn't have the great Pokemon we have today. And with this entry, Articuno has shown me that, yes, I have nostalgia towards this generation, but I can appreciate its age over the course of these generations. Every time I pick up a new generation game, I give the Pokemon a chance the best I can. Even Black and White 2, I gave them a chance. I bash about it for a joke, but my opinion on it is that I respect anyone who likes this game. I know we can't live in a world of everyone getting along, but with a video game franchise like this, is it really worth bitching about how this generation is better than another generation? Every generation has its purpose in Pokemon history. We wouldn't have these great Pokemon without the experiments of the old. So to end, when you talk about generations of the old, before you complain about how one generation is better than another, think about what your generation brought to the series, and then think about what the other person's generation brought to it. I'm the Mountie Chief, and Articuno is my favorite legendary of all time. Thank you all for watching this Top 49, and I will see you all later. Peace, guys. And that's it.